Yes, we started 83. We started with breakdancing. Uh, the first thing that obviously influenced us was the first rap records that came out. Um, but I think where it really started getting interesting was the dancing part. And all this pop locking we started singing, and then we saw real breakdancing with windmills and headspins, and then we realized the music the guys were dancing on to was kind of different to the Rapper's Delight and Sugar Hill Gang and Curtis Blow stuff that we were, kind of used to back then. But I think the music, the electro music, there was this new energy, computerized sounds, and new technology coming in. Technically, what they call today EDM, that's what it was back then. It was electronic dance music, so we could pop to the music. So that's when it started. Mitchell's Plain. I mean, I'm from Mitchell's Plain, and the great thing for me was is that my parents, Mitchell's Plain was dangerous at the time, gangsterism, all that, like it still is. But I wasn't. I was the youngest. My two elder brothers, they could go to clubs. I couldn't go. So I was caught up at home, and my father was he loved movies. He would always hire a projector, and then afterwards, I think we were one of the first people to have a video machine. And then me being at home, I luckily recorded, I think it was Malcolm McLaren's Buffalo Gals song that blew us away. The dance in the New York City Breakers was in there. What they call the world's famous Supreme Team DJs, they were in the video. And it was just Malcolm McLaren also discovering this culture in New York. And then he made a video, and because of his name, white guy from old Sex Pistols fame and whatnot, so it got on TV, so that's how it got on TV, yeah. And it was amazing, and then from there, and then Beat Street came out, the movie, and Breaking 1 and 2 came out, and that showed, more of the rap stuff in the clubs, and, but that's how it started, yeah, with the breakdance explosion, it really took off, breakdancing, By then, the term hip hop wasn't even known yet. Yeah, it was just this. We had to kind of piece things together. But then also our breakdance crew, because we were breaking, and we were, myself, Reggie D and Kocha, we are known to be the first sort of breakdance crew. And then that's next door to Emil, them, who were the pop line crew. And then we worked at a club, and then the club owner brought a book from America with some records, but no hip hop records, but he brought a book for us because we were his dancers. And in that book we learned about the hip hop culture, and we knew, like most things that people never knew, why you would have stripes in your pants so your moves could look better, we understood the graffiti side, the protest art, the beautifying of the ghetto element, then also turntablism. We were first known as the City Kids, and uh, morphed into City Kid Breakers. But then we got a whole bunch of new members because we were only 4 guys. Like we landed up being 8 to 9 guys in the group, but then the name changed to Ballastic Rockers. We were bigger. So yeah, we were the Ballastics. I don't know, man. I wish I could ever see that book again. Because they never allowed us to take it home. It was just in the clubs. It was a book that wasn't in our stores, and but it was like you couldn't check out moves. It was you had to read and see. There was a few pictures in it, but the history, little bit New York history in there. That's what was in there. Yeah, but that's how we kind of pieced it together, the elements. Because we saw now the graffiti, but we didn't know what was going on. But then I think also in the music, hip hop records arrived here, but in the minimum, you know. It wasn't like disco or soul or jazz, you know, that was the music of the time. So when there was an album that we loved to bits as B-boys. It was called Tommy Boy's Greatest Beats. So it was Tommy Boy Records that had put out Planet Rock and Play That Beat, all these like hip hop B-boy classics, you know, like dance music of note, really. And this double vinyl had various stuff on there. There was like slow jamming hip hop stuff, lots of pop locking beats, heavy flow move type of music. But then there was also like even the conscious sort of rap stuff was already on there. For me as a kid in 83, 84, you didn't know who Malcolm X was, but there was a song in there that was called Malcolm X, No Sellout. And it's quite a hip hop classic in electro terms, you know. So yeah, I mean, lots of basically that time you would go search in Musica and these stores and look between the albums, then you'll find hip hop records go on sale because nobody was buying it, you know. There wasn't a market, nobody was playing it, it was just on cassettes at home and people were dancing to it, you know, practicing, that's what it was, yeah. Yes, we are. We are. Yeah. We're the first generation b-boys, first generation hip hoppers. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Basically, what happened was, is without even knowing it, you know, you'll end up becoming a DJ, and you'll end up becoming an event organizer, you know, without even knowing it, a music promoter. I didn't even know. I just thought I was just DJing. In the meantime, you were organizing and you were mobilizing the youth, like without even knowing. And it was crazy. We would be breakdancing all over Mitchell's Plain. We would go meet dancers in other townships. You know what I mean? All over the show, the music and the dance brought us together. And what happened was, is we obviously I had all these records, and something drove us to a club in the city. And I'll tell you what it was. We were once again being marginalized. All B-boys would take the train to town, right, on a Saturday morning. So when you get onto, you know, Cape Town Station, you know, the third class side, which is closed now, those tiles were so smooth, and you'll just see this group of people in the corner, and like, what's going on? And we are dancing, you know what I mean? Immediately, the security's go, get the hell out. Then we go to other places like Stadderputs, in front of Stadderputs, St. George's Mall. Before the mall was there, it was still around. But next door, in between the buildings, the tiles were smooth. And we would just look for a place to dance anywhere, you know. Then it would land up on a parade because we would walk around with cardboard.
Okay.
Like a big fridge cardboard thing, you'd walk around with that. And that would be the thing where you could do your move on. But if you found liquor tiles and it was smooth surface, your gloves nice on the floor, you know, then that would be the ideal place to dance. So what happened was, is we were then being chased all around. The securities would chase us from one place to the next place. And then while we were dancing on the parade, which they kind of allowed, you know, hey, darkies, that's where you must be, the parade. When we were dancing there, we then got flyers from this young white girl and this Chinese guy. They were walking around and giving out flyers to the youth to come to their matinee, you know. And then we were like, huh, okay. Because at the time, 84, 85, matinees, like we used to go to some of them, not myself, but like D and Kochari.
But what's that?
A matinee is a Saturday afternoon job,
Okay.
where the club is open to the youth from like 2 till 6. And then at night it would be nighttime adults, you see. But the matinees that were around at the time, if I have to put it like this, in the brown people's communities, it was like sort of dangerous places to go to. you know. Mitchell's Plain had two matinees, one at Route 66 and one at Club Fantasy, where we were the resident dancers. And it would be frequented by a lot of the Woods gangsters, you know. So when we heard there's a matinee, and we all then went to the matinee and to find out that it was kind of cool and it was multiracial and it was head of apartheid times, you know, like it was state of emergency. It was 1985, 86, and yeah, we started dancing at this club, and that's when I started worming my way into the club to become the hip hop DJ. And I begged the club, the resident DJ there, can I please play the hip hop set? You know, there's all these b-boys. Let me play more music, and we'll bring more people to the place. And that's how I got into playing at this club, which was in Harrington Street, and it was called Club Teasers. And so the first hip hop sets, which would really be breakdance music if you look at it, was only 15 minutes. You know, like that brother was like, you got 15 minutes, do your thing, you know. But then it started growing and growing, and then the music changed from the electro style hip hop. You know, I mean, there was obviously the Run DMC heavy rap stuff. You know, the Two Life Crew, Schoolie D. What else was there? There was a lot of. We were big time into the Miami bass sound, like Two Life Crew, MC Shy D, and we love that heavy 808 boom, boom, boom. You know that because you could pop to it and that sort of thing. And then obviously in New York it was more darker. Like, you know, we were crazy about Run DMC's Hard Times. That song played a huge role, a huge effect on me. You know, it had a huge effect. Meaning, yeah, these brothers in New York, you know, they look like you, and you see the album covers, and it's all ghetto, and the projects, and then you living in Mitchell's Plain, and that's when it clicked in a big way, you know. So there was another guy we were crazy about, Schoolie D, and we created him as like the first sort of gangster rap stuff, although he isn't, according to the history books. But we were crazy about Schoolie D, and we would listen to stuff like he was part of PSK, a gang called Parkside Killers. We would listen to this music. But you know what was great about that period of rap stuff? Everybody sounded different. You know, it was the golden era, really. So you had Schoolie sounding like that. You had Run DMC sounding like that. You had Houdini sounding like that. You know, so like this and different styles, and you could identify an MC first time, you know, by what he used. Like 85, 84, 85, 86. Wow, there was great music out there, you know. So yeah, then I started playing at teasers, left the dancing, and now I was playing for the dancers, you know. That's how that transformed. And then I just think it mushroomed from there in a big way, you know, because now we were in a club. It was a multiracial club. There were white people in the club. You know, you only knew white school teachers, and you saw them on TV. And then you met other white break dancers as well, and they were like, "Wow, we're all together in this thing," you know. And we were kind of like one community. And the thing about back then was, you could identify a hip hopper by the way he dressed, because that time it was still the chic era. Like at the clubs, you couldn't go into a nightclub at night with tackies. That was a no. You had to have a shirt. You had to look good, and you know. So this club that we were at, Teasers, was like an industrial underground venue. There were other clubs that was all based on the Saturday Night Fever theme. The fancy lights in the floor, blah, blah, all that rubbish. And we were like, okay, cool, we love the music, but here's this new electro, you know, like, and it was apartheid, and you know, plus Teasers also had Reggae Thursdays, So the music there, the conscious reggae stuff was there that was banned in the country. So you would, so there was always, that also played a huge role on me. I discovered Mutu Baruka then at Teasers. There were white DJs there that were pretty clued up. They were more clued up than some of the brown DJs on the flats, you know what I mean? That was just into chic and disco, and these guys were into conscious music. So I learned a lot there at that club. From the owner, from the other DJ that was there. I learned a hell of a lot from them. But then we were on this hip hop mission, and then no one else was doing that. The clubs, like I said to you about the clothing, you could notice someone's baggy pants and you knew he was a dancer. Tracksuit, you knew he was a dancer. Like say, Adidas and Nikes were only running shoes there. And then we started taking the Lee Ryder jeans, the way we watched the Run DMC covers, Eric Ben Rakim covers, and then so when you would see someone walking down around with like a Lee jeans and a tacky, you knew, you could stop that guy in the street and you could have a conversation about what new cassettes do you have, or like that, because you knew it, the way his cap was or whatever. And you just knew it. So word spread like hellfire now to the b-boy community. And what happened at the club is when I started playing, only the dancers would dance. The other people, the b-boys. Other people would walk off the floor. Okay, we'll go to the bar, get a cool drink. You guys have your fun. When that's done, the house music or dance music starts, we back there. So that was kind of the attitude. The music was too rough, man. It was distorted. It was like, Run DMC, hard times is coming to your town. Whereas people really just, nightclubs was about escape, getting away from the hood. But here we were bringing the consciousness into, But it was the energy and the music. It was electro music and it was different and scratching in it. And people were like, what noise? What crap is this? And in our own communities, we were ridiculed for being into this hip hop stuff, like this American culture, not knowing hip hop had its roots here in Africa, and this TV crap, like that sort of shit. So at Teasers, it was quite a mission now, One of my other DJ names was also Dance Floor Scientist, because you needed to work out how you're going to make this music work. You have to break the tune in, So yes, B-boys knew this song and that song, but you were the DJ, so you were ahead of everybody else. You were getting the music before everybody else. So you needed to work out how to make it work. So you still had to be a good DJ, And I think that's what helped at Teasers. So we were at Teasers for like 3 years, till beginning of 88. Then we moved up to 88 Short Market Street, which is the base. And at the base we started our first rap shows, rap competitions. Also with the breakdancing explosion of 84, clubs would then also have breakdance competitions, And so the b-boy would be found in clubs. But the music wasn't in the clubs,